Perfect?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a quick learner.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay. Good?
Good.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you, everybody. We're going to start with a short mandala offering. Page 8 of the main prayer book. Oh, Sajim Boki Joshi Chokra Rin Je Lama Da Pa Na Ge Jo Da La Ken Sen So Tsin Tsin Jin Sa Samme Do Tsin Mala Sangye Chon Yin Chama Ato So Alidam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami Sangye Chodang Soki Jognam La Jang Cho Badu Dagni Gyap Sujin Dagi Jonyengi Mesonam Ki Drola Penja Sangye Dropa Shong Sangye Chodang Soki Jognam La Jang Cho Badu Dagni Gyap Sujin Dagi Jonyengi Besonam Gindrola Penja Sangye Drupasho. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings.
노년인 지정도 주변 너무 진짜 사대 간제 된 상업은 뭐 된진 자존도 소원대 조选된 돈주쇼 람자모 소라고 나다 왜 민게 상다 번데 왜 중어 왜 주베다 변자바에 선대 신인 남자 차데 무슨 주면 셔버려 셴마 재미가 넘정 호원이 소소라 레시주 모두 좀 예배요 나자 음. 음. So now today is the last day, and maybe in an hour we cannot finish whole 9th chapter, and people might wondering. The announcement was 9th chapter, and then he didn't complete few verses. You got cheated. But overall, I kind of given you the essence of the 9th chapter. Maybe there's not much used to go word by word, because all these debates that you can see in here will confuse you more, and also it will confuse me also. So then I get confused, you get confused, nobody is going to get a benefit out from there. So it is necessary when here how the debate begins is until the end of the 9th chapter, it will be most debate with the Chitta Mantra and the Sopatantrika, kind of saying that Prasangika's point of view, if we accept this, then it is so difficult for the other schools to believe in how the things function, and that will lose the kind of a trust in the reality. So then, for an example, when the kind of a debate right after the where is it? Just saying that 대다지된 남녀 내줘봐는 패보고 대다지된 패번 도면 기로시브 디 잡체 디 시디 니가 양네 데베비 데뷔된도 마제 칠세지도 지제디
실제 가져지네.
단다 다가랑 와드리샤 단다 계산 아주 저버디기 셜로가 찍고 와다 다가랑도
나서
니가 양네 데베비 데뷔된도 텔라 직된 패바네 엔조 직된 진여지 엔조 바야 로제지 뭐 만남지 네 세지도
So the verse 4, the lower in degrees of insight are confused by the higher, by means of the example that the yogis and the worldly both accept, and for the sake of the result, analysis is left aside.
이거 양이 세드리죠.
When ordinary folks perceive phenomena, they look on them as real and not illusory. This then is the subject of debate where ordinary and yogis differ.
제장 디네 디네다 아주 정신이 매바 켈랑소나 아니 타니비 최샤 도구면도 수제제 따디네 뭐봐도 저버티 쯔제 아니 디그 쯔봉게 낸들라 디데 샤바이나 요요 말에 당동양 아니 타니비 최디 샤토르에 세다 렌장장도 수도도
From this verse, it mainly Shantideva is countering the argument put forward by the Chitamatra and Tantrika, basically saying when you establish things as establish that things lacking intrinsic nature, then the problem is then how can we look at the ordinary experiences? Sometimes they call the conventional reality. And because when you assert the phenomena lacking inherent nature, then where is the point of the references for the ordinary experiences, the conventional experiences? And then Shantideva is now countering this argument, saying, don't worry. Although we are looking at the things lacking the intrinsic nature, we are still able to establish the ordinary experiences, the conventional experiences, and to make them valid to a certain extent. So these are all major arguments from that point.
For us, it will be a little bit complicated because we don't know how the Chitamatra school really thinks. We don't know how the Dandakasa, Dodebala,
So tantrika.
so tantrika, Marimare, Dodeba.
Su tantrika. Spa tantrika.
Sava tantrika, Dodeba.
Mare.
What's that? Sour tantrika. Sour tantrika. Sour tantrika. Dodeba. And then, yeah, it's a little bit like it's similar. And the Charama, the first one, Wavashika. So all these teachings,
So tantrika.
Short tantrika. So these all are the teaching are now where we can only see these great masters' work. It's kind of when only there is like a refutation from the master like Chandrakirti and these great masters, that we can only just hear their point of view very short. And then the refutation is so long. But now what we are missing is, that's why I also call it degeneration. Because His Holiness Dalai Lama always says, in the monastery, there should be one expert on one particular school, whether it's the Vavashika, Suvatantika, Sava. What was that?
So tantrika.
Sour. Like sour? Okay. Like sutra. I guess Suvatantika. Sour.
Tantrika.
Wow, what's going on? It's confusing. Sour. Yeah, it's sour. Like I say. And then also Chitamatra. We need this sort of way of thinking that somebody becomes expert in this. Then automatically, when in this kind of belief, then automatically there is kind of a debate automatically will be there. But for us, it doesn't make much sense because we are not in the shoes of these schools. So their greatest worry, in order to understand why their great fear, why they cannot accept emptiness is, they're saying they are losing the identity of the phenomena. They're losing it. And then they're saying, I will lose a faith in the samsara or something, they will lose the faith in the Buddha. They will lose the faith in the hope they already have. That was always a debate in here. So then including Nagarjuna and all these the great scholars are saying, you don't need to worry. Still, if you believe in the emptiness, how I describe, things still can function. Don't need to worry. So then that's why you really need to understand, differentiate between the true truths. The true truth does not contradict each other. Each other. So for that reason, if in this section, like a Chitta Mantra school, the person should need to think a little bit as a Chitta Mantra. And then like why Chitta Mantra school is so great. It's my teacher will always say that it talks about all the things is just an appearance. But in the lower two school, they cannot accept that. Appearance now.
Appearance.
Shotamji simki nawazam. Nawazam re sedi semzam bagi menchigi shetuyo mare semzam ba yenchigi shigiyo kis.
So one of the unique proposition of the Chitta is that it sees every phenomena or the appearance or all the appearances are the working of your mind. And the two previous schools were not even there yet, but just the Chitta has come up with this philosophy. When we generally look at the things merely as an appearances, that's really starting from the Chitta and going upward.
Then my teacher will say, so we time to time heard that in which school they can practice Tantra is from the Chitta Mantra, not before. So that could be the one reason. So that's what I remember my teacher sharing this. So it is necessary sometimes when we go through this master's work, we really need to think like sometimes you need to believe yourself as a Chitta Mantra follower. Don't just jump towards Prasankika, because we have this habit. Everybody likes the big school, the one or the most famous school. Then we just kind of like, I want to join that club. Right? It's not, we don't check with our own feeling which is suitable for us. For an example, in my previous generation, like the founder of the IBD, this Buddhist dialectic school in Dharamsala, the founder, Gishi Gyan Lobsang Gyalso, he has so much felt connection with the Chitta Mantra school. He's always connected to that. He will say, he will explain so many about the Prasankika school, like he knows it. But deep inside, he always feels so connected to Chitta Mantra school. So in his works, collections, you can find so many reasons why Chitta Mantra school is one of the best. And then in the one, where is it? I think it's in the, what do we call it? I think entering to the metal way or somewhere, it said people who have so much so fount of Chitta mantra, because he has some strong imprint of Tangjenpa, Samkhya Sirve.
Samkhya.
Samkhya,
Mm.
this is Tangjenpa. Samkhya,
Yes.
Samkhya. So at that, whenever His Holiness teached that Gishila, nice to meet you, Samkhya. He goes like, it is. So we feel so great, because if somebody wanted to study as a way how Chitta mantra way of school approach is so beneficial, like this Gishila and some others are like. So back in Tibet, we used to have, starting with from the Chitta mantra, not lower than that. That's why we lost so much the scriptures, like the now I don't know about the Cheta Shizuchimo, the which is in, I think is in Chinese language, which Wabashika school that they follow. That's why they call Cheta Mawa, because they follow this text.
It's one of the great, they call the treasure of the Babashika school. It's only later translated from Chinese into Tibetan. Many years ago, there's a tradition of even studying that, but it no longer exists now, the tradition of learning that text. It's a huge, thick volume on Babashika philosophy.
So what is the effect of losing this way of schools thinking? What does that really take our kind of a
That's our loss. What is the loss for us? What is the loss to us?
What is the loss of these schools way? If we kind of lost the kind of first two, especially the first one. Still, there's hope we can revive it. So they have their unique way of protect their own way of looking into the reality with their logics and reasons. Because the best what we came up with logic to say to prove this is like conventional truth, then one of the best answer for you is, I can see this. That's it. That's the final. And then I can touch it. I can feel it. This is the last kind of a proof or the evidence you have. But the other traditions, the schools, they have their unique way to present, because they go a little bit further than just only their experience what we have. They do more stronger research. So then it's, in order to understand everything again from these great beings, you have to put more effort. And that is like we can't do much. And then we lost the way of these ideas. That's really sad. So in the Lama Je Tsongkhapa's the three aspects of the principle of path. What it's coming. What's that? Oh, three principal aspects of path. Yes. So in there it says it kind of is a hint saying the 동반이 고미야디 아니 디기 가르소를 랑기 랑아랑기 텐제기 남샤 줘봐 텐제기 남샤디 샤야라 미네베토네 아니 디샤오르스 동반이디 탈려디 샤고를 했어요 손로치.
So in the three principal aspects of the path, in the section of the wisdom, Lama Je Tsongkhapa is saying that when we meditate or practice, we have to meditate on emptiness without really harming our text on the dependent arising and the workings of the dependent arising. As we meditate on emptiness, making sure that meditation on the emptiness doesn't undermine or in any way mislead our understanding of the dependent origination.
So then all these schools, how gradually, how they start presenting, reach to the next level is more, their understanding becomes much better. And then due to the emptiness way of how they understand emptiness, then they know how to shaba
they're able to understand or present the dependent arising views or the workings of the dependent arising as they meditate correctly on emptiness. And then they're able to present or appreciate the workings of the dependent origination.
So the kind of when they feel satisfied, because they call the middle way path, because even the Ovashika school, when they talk about the selflessness, they always talk like we are the middle school. And then all the school will say, I'm the middle way. And then most interesting thing is Chitta Mantra thinks that Buddha is Chitta Mantra practitioner. So how cute, right? So they don't fight. They believe like this Buddha is this path, on that path. So, and also Buddha maybe won't say like deep inside this could be like one of the secrets, most secret thing. He will only show this to the someone who is ready for this. That's why we call he's the omniscient one. And plus they can keep the secret. So it is necessary first to understand how the four tenets sounds like tennis. So how this school works, it is not, there are some people thinking like this. It's more like we should think like this. And this is a kind of a stage to remember to how to
So as we study and then meditate, our main aim is to go deeper and deeper about our understanding of emptiness, as well as along with our understanding of dependent originations. So as we meditate in more subtle nature of the emptiness, our understanding of the dependent origination also becomes more subtle, and they complement each other. They shouldn't contradict to each other.
Mm-hmm. So I will hold a commitment that I will study this. That means I'm going to study a little bit about Chitta Mantra school, how they think, how they present their emptiness. And then I think Savatantrika's way of thinking. So you all should do this if you wanted to get a good explanation and to know. I'm not saying from me. Whenever you want to study, you need to do little homework before. Because like me, I haven't done a good homework, and I bet most of you haven't done a good homework on this. So teacher didn't do good homework, student didn't do very good. So we can stop here, and then should make a commitment that why I need to study this is if we really wanted to go a more deeper level of the emptiness and then to know the dependent origination, we need this. So for that reason, I think we need a little time to study and review. So we should do it. Okay. And then now, short, very convenient, and easy to carry wherever in your mind. This is the three principal aspects of the path. So we don't need to go like word by word. So now here, what we might left or like a part a little bit of this, the bodhicitta. So now I'm going to connect this bodhicitta. So then after that, we can take the bodhicitta vow. So look at the section of the bodhicitta in the three principal aspects of the path. Dinarol did what and that changes me to one city. Dinarol go to the shinchi. And Ninjung Tian Namda Simji Simbaman and Namich, Juji Punzo David Jurumin, London Namji Chanju Simjo said. Tadi Sigdinian Chikoshanada.
So we looking at the purpose of generating the mind of enlightenment. Even if the renunciation has been developed, if it is not possessed by the mind of enlightenment, it does not become the cause of the perfect bliss of unsurpassed enlightenment. Therefore, the wise generate the supreme mind of enlightenment.
I think so in order to become to have a bodhicitta, one should be like day and night should think, if I don't become a Buddha, then there is no way to feel full. Forget about each and every sentient being, but one person. Put one person in front of you. I cannot make this happy. I cannot be fully 펜도 미치글라 펜도 자칭부치에 영향을 하면 스타지에 그랬어. 상마제나.
So here the main inspiration is that if I didn't attain enlightenment, I will not be able to benefit a single sentient being.
That's for sure. Because let's say or if you are like a rich person, then you may help him to become a rich person. Then what? The suffering is already there. As we said in our previous class, that rich people has their own luxury. They have their luxury way of life. They have the luxury of their own way of suffering. Like if people staying in five-star problem. There it is. So whatever you become, the problem is always there. So even you have one of the top quality mind, which is the shamatha. And while you have the shamatha, looks like negative emotion will not come up. Looks like, here we go. It's so peaceful. But as when the seed of this grasping once takes over, it's finished. Like there's a sutra of the Buddha saying, I admire this. In a samsara, we have shamatha. And once you have it, and it's more like the aversion and the attachment has the kind of no room to grow inside you. But then it is so putting so much effort already there. And then one way of one mistake, somehow it will come in you and it will destroy. Like there is one story of Buddha saying to his students that even the once people attend shamatha, the mind is not stable. We call it stable because you are not getting so much affected by the worldly concerns and so on. But then there is one non-Buddhist meditator who becomes so expert and who becomes so good in meditation, and he achieved shamatha. And then because he has so much attachment towards his hair, he's a very handsome man and then grew a long hair. And then he does not have any kind of clinking, but except a little strong clinking was already left somewhere. And then he towards his hair. And then when he meditate, and then when he got the shamatha, and then he feels so peaceful. And then he can feel this kind of something unique or something special kind of a feeling, like body, mind, so relaxed. As it describes like Lu Xingbel Dar Yangwa. Xingbel Dar Yangwa Sikirba Hanzu.
The body as light as
Cotton.
Cotton or wool.
Wool. No, we describe that. So cotton, you don't know the heaviness of your body.
Cotton, yes.
Yeah. So then, while feeling this, he felt like, I got it. Then he looks at his hair. And then during this almost 3-4 months, he haven't kind of make any kind of a interest or to
interest,
focus
attention.
on his hair. And then after 3 months later, he looked on his hair, and the rat has kind of made a mess on him. Automatically, he got this anger very strongly from deep inside, and so anger that a blood came out from his mouth, and then he passed away suddenly. That was so strong. So then Buddha discussed with his students. This much effort for this time to ease or to have this, and you cannot control it. Somehow it comes up to you. So that there is another better way to control this mind. So then he goes on teaching. I don't know, I saw this story by I also wisdom is very good if they can come with the translation of Tubden Chögyatagwa. Tubden Chögyatagwa's commentary on the way Bodhisattva's life. Odi. Zabidu Lama. He's also student of Zabidu Rinpoche. Yeah, you know the. And he does a fantastic work because he will pull out all the uncommon sutras and he will add there whenever he thinks it's necessary us to know. So then normally we will not look at the sutra, but he knows that. So then he just takes out, make it easy, and then he knows where to put it there. So very kind. So this is in there, I saw this. So now to give this, like even you achieve shamatha and giving teachings to shamatha, very good. But that is not, mind is not that stable. And the vipassana also. So now one thing is left is to give a liberation to others. So then it's more about knowing the reality and not clinging to the self. So that kind of teaching. And that also, still, it does not complete the journey. Because even you can give, this is a good question for you all. Because imagine I'm Buddha, okay? I'm so fortunate to say this. So auspicious. Suppose I am the Buddha here and giving your teaching. I give you all the full enlightenment. You did a hard job, not just like I can give you like this, but you did your part. So then we all meet again here after maybe, let's say, few years later. I will like it for 6 years later. Okay, we can come. Okay, and then why I need you to, why I still want you to make a Buddha? There's no more suffering. There's no more suffering. And now I wanted you, I will say, you did a great job, but our task is not finished. You have to become fully enlightened. Why would he say that? And why would you have to do that? And I'm 100% sure few of you will not join the fully enlightenment class. So now we have to ask this question from now, because after a few minutes later, you are going to take Bodhisattva vow. Bodhisattva vow. That means we are going to do a kind of commitment to help all the sentient beings. Why? So give me the solid answer. Want to go? Like, I will give you a teaching, and then you did your homework, you come back, you got liberation. Okay? No more suffering. But still, the class will continue and say, up to now you did great. Now I want you to become fully enlightened. So now let's work on that. Buddha will say that. And in this group, some might leave because they think it's not necessary and walk away. So now that is a good to think from the now, not backing away after maybe 6 years later. Now start a motivation. Why I have to become Buddha? The problem, our problem is always to get out from suffering. It wasn't a problem from the beginning that I cannot help others. I cannot make other fully enlightened. That wasn't our part, isn't it? Is it? But our teaching mostly starts with like, I don't want to suffer anymore, and I want to get out from the suffering. That was the kind of understanding between you and the Dharma. And why? Now, why I need to become Buddha? Every time we start a class, why we have to recite Sanje Chodon, Soji Chodon? I want to become Buddha for all the sentient beings. We say that. We have to raise this question and feeling again and again because there's our hearts. They didn't participate this. And why we are participating or we are saying this, we need to have this feeling. So the question is, why you ask for bodhicitta? Why you are not stopping at only the liberation? So now, Lama Tsongkhapa's answer is little bit clearly here, like hints that 그래서 샘기기 심범에나 편소 대외교로 부순소와 대외교로 있어야지.
So to answer this question, why we wanted to attain enlightenment, not just liberation, the answer is here in the verse. It does not become the cause of the perfect bliss of unsurpassed enlightenment. Then going back, if our practice is not possessed by the mind of enlightenment.
So
the perfect bliss.
Perfect bliss.
So sorry, maybe I should read it the other way, saying even if renunciation has been developed, if it is not possessed by the mind of enlightenment, we will not enjoy the perfect bliss.
No, that's the part. Okay. Okay. So anybody wants to try to answer that? Yeah. Yeah. Anybody? That's very necessary. You understand my question, right? Yes.
So if you already attained,
It's good.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, if you've already attained liberation, why would you seek complete awakening? And normally, the definition of bodhicitta is shendun cheer. So for the benefit of others, I desire complete awakening. So it seems like the definition has the answer to that question. But I think it's not so simple what Rinpoche is asking.
Yes. So now it is. Yeah. It is more like if you are happy alone, still there would be so many reasons you cannot be happy, isn't it? That is the reason. So Buddha really wanted to answer, if you close your eyes, you don't want to see anything now, hear anything. How long you gonna do this? But you will see the suffering. You wanted to make available for everybody. Even the arhats, they go into deep meditation for eons and eons for sure. But then when they come out, they see the suffering. They wanted to help. But they feel like, oh, it's not my concern now. I cannot do much. And then they go back to the meditative voice. So still there is a wish to help. Even you become arhats, you see a problem in America, still you wanted to help. Unless you just go and take a long rest. That's what His Holiness said. He said he has a wish that I could, when you look at the how the emptiness really, way of knowing the emptiness, knowing mind, how that can be beneficial for yourself to reduce the problems. But then he says, when I achieve this kind of know the emptiness directly, then I'm going to take a good rest. I'm going to sleep forever. That was the wish. But when he heard the teachings of the way of Bodhisattva's life from Lama Je Tsongkhapa, and then he come to realize, I cannot rest anymore. I have to become available every time. That means effortless. Right now, we think like it's too much. I cannot do it. That is so limited. So now our mind has become limitless. We have to be available each and every sitting. It is not necessary that we can go each and every corner and do the activity like this. Yes, definitely, so many Buddha and Bodhisattvas are doing great job there, but they don't give up. We might think like the whole world is going kind of crazy. We are thinking like now it's kind of we can do much, but they are not giving up. They are like wherever you go, there will be a time I will meet you again, and I will be there for you. And we have to make a connection. That's why at the first chapter of the Bodhisattva, way of Bodhisattva's life, at the ending there is saying, I make a homage to this great being. Even we make a harm to him, due to this connection, that person will bring benefit to us. Remember this quote? This is how it goes. So this is how they don't give up on us. So if in the, I think it's a part where, I don't know, second chapter or third chapter, Shantideva said, if your faith is strong enough, the Buddha can be in front of you every time. If your faith is strong enough. So the Tibetan have a very good way of saying, it says, the great beings have the hook. And then we should ask ourselves, where is the ring? We don't have the ring. So what then hook can do? It becomes kind of helpless. But the hook, they made a hook. They did their part. That's what the Buddha can do. But once we kind of make the ring, then here we go. Everything goes smoothly. So that means it is necessary when we take this Bodhisattva vow, even I get a liberation, I'm sure I won't be happy. Because I will see the suffering of others, and then I will automatically feel I am helpless. Then that means you still become limited. And then that means if there's no answer for that, then Buddha won't teach anything. Go with it, go with the flow. But the Buddha said, this is not finished. Look at me, I'm doing it. I will do it. I will continue. So you should do the same thing. That answers your question. So for that reason, and now we have to make a kind of a commitment saying, for one person, if it takes eons and eons to make that kind of person so perfect, I will be there. It's hard, really hard. In bringing your own child to become a perfect human being is hard. But we don't give up. This takes so much energy. But this is not a journey of this life only. This is the rest of our lives. So we need to make this kind of commitment. So, and this is, the great, you have something.
Oh, I was just going to say that my commitment to attain enlightenment came when my teacher passed away, and I thought, I will never be able to repay him unless I start now, and every day gets shorter for my life. It's been really gratifying but hard. But I also feel like I'm not able to do it for everyone, but just the people that I meet, or the beings that I meet. So I feel like it's like tiny steps. Sometimes I feel like I'm being obnoxious for trying so hard, but other times I think if I just relax, I remember my teacher saying to me, just be the good Buddhist you are in your heart, and you don't have to tell anyone what you're doing.
Yes.
And that really has helped me.
So that's really good. Still you remember the teacher, and then you are doing all these activities and to become a Buddha. Very good. But then also you have to think, I wanted to become Buddha for my purpose, not others' purpose. Because it is kind of a beginner's way of thinking. If every time when we say, I do it for others, then it's kind of a volunteer job. How long you will do the volunteer's job? Rest of your life, you want to do a volunteer job and they don't pay a salary, and no money, how long are you going to do it? It will become so limited because you think it's for others. But it's for you. You will do it. For sure. So that is the reason my teacher would always say, we should somehow stop somewhere in our mind that to become a Buddha for others is also my purpose. When you see this like inseparable, the union of these two, then nobody can stop you doing and thinking. Okay.
Thank you, Rinpoche. I'm curious, do you think in some ways it's easier to become enlightened rather than to become liberated in this time period when we have Tantra and large degeneration? And also they talk about the benefits of bodhicitta to quickly, cleanse our own obscuration. So in that perspective, can it actually become easier?
Yes. Liberation, I think His Holiness answered your question a long time ago. He kind of said, when we think about knowing the emptiness is much easy, it's hard. But knowing the definition of bodhicitta, it's easy. But to achieve the emptiness is much easier. But harder is when you start doing the generating bodhicitta. So he kind of answered that. So this is coming from his own experience. So for that reason, in order to achieve bodhicitta, and when one should always see that self-cherishing can be very harmful to connect with other people. If you can prove this to yourself, like you are driving and you have like a job interview, which is like they are going to pay high salary, and then you are kind of late, and then you see one person getting accident. But here is a law, because you have to stop. In someone got an accident, you have to stop. No way you can go. But when maybe like the India has kind of similar now happening. Like imagine you are in a country, there's no rule. Okay, something happens, you see this horrific thing, and then the person really needs your help. And then you will think, poor guy, wish I can help, but I need to be super fast to my job. Then you just drive much faster. So that kind of a thing is the world is doing at the moment. The world is doing it. We are doing it. That I'm not talking about the world outside here. I'm including in this. So we don't see. You see more benefit in this, but you see less benefit in here. For yourself. But you know you can help that guy. Even you might be a doctor. You can help. But you won't, because you have your own such a important thing to do. But because it's so important, it's for you. But that he's losing a life. But that becomes secondary. And that's what we call sometimes human nature. This is how we close our eyes. But here, the commitment is not for one sentient being, it's the whole sentient being. So unless you don't see the qualities of Buddha, that how can he function? The subtlest mind, and especially not only he can go there and help, but he know exactly how to help that person, especially how to get out of the suffering and the self-cherishing. He has this antidote. Like me, I'm trying to make you all perfect. No way. Because of this diluted, and then I have the obscuration to the knowledge. I do have that. So then I don't know, I don't know how to help them. They have a wonderful question, but I cannot answer that. And I cannot give this kind of experience to others. I'm become so limited. So the Buddha, he knows I cannot help you this time, but I could help this person because the karma has ripened. And that's why, that's beautiful, because when he first become fully enlightened, he didn't give a teaching. He stayed almost 49, the kind of went into Karsati, silent retreat, but he just gave a short, kind of a teaching, saying that I came to realize all this as like a nectar, and nectar like water. Whomever I have come to understand this emptiness so deeply, so even I teach this, nobody could understand, so I keep quiet. This teaching. So then slowly, the five the disciples of the Buddha was the right person to give the teaching. Once he started giving teaching, then once just giving and connecting, and then they get their realization so quickly. It's like, why this is not happening with me, with these guys? But one instant, what happened, not only the time of Buddha, but one of my friend who was doing such a long time retreat, and then he has a doubt of emptiness, and then he's a learned person, and then he went to His Holiness for this question, and then it took quite a time, because His Holiness can be super busy. And then while His Holiness was giving us each and every audience, he will give advice like this, like do this, it. And then my friend with the scarf in his hand to greet him, to offer this statue to him, automatically he got the answer. I felt like I don't need to ask the question anymore. And the tears, and then he couldn't hold the statue anymore. And somebody has to hold it for him. That he haven't cried like this in his life. And he this cry is like super joy. And he can feel this body shaking. But he cannot feel like it. It's so funny, because I cannot go like this shaking in front of His Holiness, smiling at the time, but crying with so much joy. It started happening. So it doesn't mean he didn't do his homework. He has done a homework. But now they need to meet each other. But just this, with the faith coming closer, sometimes it's work. So this is the sign, one kind of when we have somebody fully enlightened or who's in a booming, Buddha said, if the karmic connection is already there we go. And not only this, look at the great Nyingma Sajja Kagyu, like Gilu Lamas, some the young age, then just hearing these teachings, something they totally change their life. So that's what I'm saying. Like the seed has to be there with lots of accumulated karmic connection, accumulated
Karmic
merit,
connection.
and then that merit has to do with connecting with right prayers, and then it works. That's good. No.
Tiyan kunzu kaya chi rilu deya urwa.
Lola.
Di tanda sembi
Ale re.
niya
Re re re.
sembi shu tiyan urwa.
Yet jo re re re. Go over there, or re re.
Then
Kuzu li ka du re tama.
kaji ta rungu deya urwa.
Ah, le lola. Asura.
Chudu gubne
Oh, re re.
nyumbata jo chori dina.
Okay. So please keep this in mind. And then, so now we need to finish quick. So I will do the question answer after. Okay. So now we will do the Bodhisattva vow. So please feel in this this powerful country. It has so much strong influence the whole world, actually. Now we don't need a kind of influence of like financial and so on, but we need something that we can have the great compassion. That means understand each other's suffering much better, so that we can deal with everybody equally and oneness. This could be in this country, and that can be a kind of a example to the rest of the country, the world. So in order to do this, we have to start with ourselves. So that means with what we have studied, the so-called emptiness or the bodhicitta or so on, we need to feel it's necessary for us to have this. So with this feeling, we will invite our the great masters, including His Holiness Dalai Lama, and then through the Nyingma, Sajja, Gyelu, Kagyu, all the four lineage masters surrounded, and the most important, and is Lord Shakyamuni, who is the father of the world. This what we have something to talk about, feel about. So then we invite them because we have something, a greatest thing to offer. So the greatest thing is not other than we wanted to change ourselves to become a good human being. So then one day, what it will be, our goal is to have the complete realization on emptiness, and then benefit whole sentient being. So having this kind of motivation, and then I will say one time in a Tibetan, and then Gerila can say 3 times in English. Okay, so when I give the Bodhisattva vow, you can feel that I'm giving, you are receiving, or then you can think the Buddha behind me is saying this and you are repeating. Okay, so you first I say that you repeat after me. Okay. Kunjo sunda dagyabchi tikba thamche sosorsha drove gela je yerang sangye chengju yi je song sangye chodong sojo da chengju pardo dagyabchi rangshen tene ra rochire chengju simni gebarje chengju chogi simni geje ne semjen thamche dagi drondonyer chengju jejo yong gebarje drola penje sangye drubar sho okay. 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 Thank you.
I go for refuge to 3 jewels. I confess all my negativities individually. I rejoice in virtues of migrating beings. I take hold with my perfect state of a Buddha to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Supreme Assembly. I go for refuge until complete enlightenment. In order to fulfill the highest aims of myself and others, I shall give rise to the mind of complete enlightenment. Having given rise to the supreme mind of enlightenment, I shall treat all sentient beings my invited guests. In the supreme delighting and enlightened conduct, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings.
Okay, can somebody dispute the flowers? The flower? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, okay. Okay, just. So we hold this and then we will to
Sprinkle or spread.
To spread these flowers, because now the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, they always wanted to hear from us that we all wanted to become like them. So just hearing this to the great beings is the greatest gift, because this is what they ask for. So they are so pleased with this smile, and then you can imagine the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. They folded their hands and giving you the respect, saying, "Welcome to the family." And now, what we can say is, "Thank you for your guidance, and we may never separate from your teachings, and please never give up on us." So please throw the flowers in front of the Buddha and Bodhisattva's feet. Chanju Simjo Rinpoche Maje Banam Jejoje Keba Nyamba Meba Kone Kondo Pevara Sho Chanju Simjo Rinpoche Maje Banam Jejoje Keba Nyamba Meba Yang Kone Kondo Pevara Sho Chanju Simjo Rinpoche Maje Banam Jejoje Keba Nyamba Meba Kone Kondo Pevara Sho Okay, thank you. Now I have a proper seat because I know this feeling. Yes. Okay. Okay. So now, thank you so much, everybody. So this is a great teamwork. So now, the commitment we just made is to become a good human being. So now, how are you going to do it? So once you go back to your house, if you have a partner, if you have a parents, connect with them. Sometimes it can be difficult. So stop thinking difficult, because now you are a kind of different person from today. It's life does not end here. We need to continue. We might think I have to give up, but the continuous consciousness will be there. So even you give up has to continue. That's our life. This is how we connect. So never give up on yourself and try to work together, and understanding and patience, generosity. Start from today. And then you can do it. We all can do it. And we had a great time. So having this and this sort of merit we built together is so precious. Keep this in your mind and hold to it. And then I will do my prayers. You give me in your prayers. So then I can do the benefits to the sentient beings, and you all do your thing. So the whole world needs it, even they don't ask for it. Okay, keep practicing, study, put into practice, go into meditation. That's it. Okay. Okay, so now we finish the dedication. We can do the dedication quickly.
So we'll first do the mandala offering, or oh no, or dedication. Dedication first.
Dedication, and then people who are in a hurry, they can leave, and you can do the long life prayer. Okay.
Okay. So dedication, and then long life prayer. Okay. So this is page 18 of the text, and we will screen share. Having thoroughly investigated in accord with all that I've heard, day and night, through the four reasonings, mind born of reflection on these topics of contemplation, may this discernment sever all doubts. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma, and by completing the qualities of the grounds and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. I fully dedicate all these virtues to be able to train just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I fully dedicate all my roots of virtue with the dedication praised as the best by all the gone beyond victorious ones of the 3 times, in order to have good conduct. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. And then the long life prayer for Rinpoche. Om Svasti, may all be auspicious. O charming lady of 7 eyes, supreme mother of the triumphant, exceptional deity skilled in bringing a great rain to fall of the actual attainments of deathless long life, positive potential, and deep awareness, please grant here and now the utmost in fulfilling the aims of my prayers. By the force of your matchless dedicated heart to uphold the teachings, may you live a long life to further the essence of the deep and extensive guidelines that the able one taught. As a Lord wielding power over the ocean of reason and speech, as a lamp for the teachings of the excellent-minded, for the sake of leading to a state of peerless, enduring bliss, all wandering beings oppressed through bondage to their compulsions and disturbing minds. May you live a long life, fulfilling all infinite hopes through extensive deeds of your stainless three enigmatic gates. May your dedicated heart once more reach out to strive in serving the triumphant one's teachings through your three pure rounds. I request you long to remain as a guiding light for wandering beings in accord with your will in the lands of disciples in every direction. By the power of the inspiration from the hosts of lamas, deities, and protectors, by the force of the truth of non-fallacious dependent arising, by the strength of regard from the exceptional resolve of myself and others, may all the aims of my prayers be exactly fulfilled. And then the swift return prayer for Lama Je Rinpoche, page 21 at the end of the text, in the main text. Fearless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Prachika Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable venerable Guru, to you I make request, while striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness submerge, and for mother living beings you suddenly departed to peace, what a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta, the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And then, Rinpoche, we can offer the long life. The mandala. Yes?
Pena. No. Okay. Yeah.
And it's okay to do the long mandala.
Okay. This go die.
Depends who need to take a train.
Yep.
Is okay? Another 5 minutes? Okay. So on page 10 of the main text. Yawang yam dang doje chang chembo dang o ye ma chi ba yong zo den be nga dang dong ile do shen Mo te Jetsun Lama Zang Do Mo Do Je Chang Chempo Yam Je Se Kon Sen Sham Jok To Ten Sin Top Ten Awang Lord Zang Rinpoche Sang Bo Zhang Tegma Jembo Song Zhang Zobe Gadwin Zhang Rangi Yonto Jing Gambo Wang Ben Zabo Mia Wang Wang Chen Sagi Saji Om Ben Zareke Om Jie Jagwe Koyuge Kowe Oso Rina Mori Ram Jaluk Bakbo Lo Zambaling No Balang Jun Jang Jaminyan Lodan Lobang Nayabdan Nayabdan Yonden Dam Lam Jon Jon Jaminyan Dan Jaminyan Gida Rinpoche Wam Bang Samgi Shing Dojo Ba Mama Bailo Tongolo Rinpoche Nobo Rinpoche Somo Rinpoche Lombo Rinpoche Langbo Rinpoche Dajo Rinpoche Magmo Rinpoche Sechenbo Yambamba Geng ma dreng wa ma lu ma ga ma me dog ma dog pa ma nang ga ma dreng ga ma ni ma da wa rinpoche dog chola namba gya wa gya sen Wasolada mir beljo bon som sok ba ma sang wa me ba sang jing yi do wang wa din da jin sen sa wa dang yu pa je pe bel den lama damba nam dang ge ba du yang yong zo ten be nga da dong yi le du shen ne mo te Jetsun Lama Lozang Do Wang Do Je Chang Jembo Kyab Je Serkong Tsenshap Chok Tro Tenzin Zoten Nawan Lob Zang Rinpoche Bel Zang Bejengan Tegba Jembo Song Jo Zamo Lekpa Tobe Kadrin Zang Ragi Yondo Jinkamo Wagil Tugje drowe dondo zesul so jene gyanda so drowa magyu namge tadang nambe senchen tamchila tuk sewa chimbo gone jingila to ozo Bogi Dukshin Tokja Rin Jin Bandi Sangye Jing Ten Oh Pai Na Dang Xing La Chua Ma Shou Jetson Lame Once Tenji Nam Tree Lang Chong Chu Ye Pa
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Keep this card.
You know, you're a really wonderful teacher. I hope you continually
Okay.
grow and please keep.
Okay,
continue.
sure.
Get-
Thank you.
Good luck. in
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jennifer, umzela. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Hey, so people who they don't need to bring envelope. Just come. You just come. Yeah. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So you wanted to meet me.
If you have time.
So tomorrow I will be in Manhattan with the, Jennifer. So you live near around?
Near enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will call you.
Good.
So let's see if the time works.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Thank you.
That's okay. Yes. Yeah. Like I will call you, okay? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Take care.
You answered my question.
Good to see you. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. No. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you again. Thank you. My host market. Thank you. Thank you. I don't hate that one. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Snakes. Sure. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so for the session? Okay, so how should I sit like here? It's okay?
And I'll just move these things.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
And then please just gather around Rinpoche. Yeah, just kind of. Sean, the photographer. Should we stop the recording?
We should be sitting the other way in front of the screen so the people are
The recording is a lot of pictures.
Good point.
Give me 1 second, all right.
Make us look thin.
Like flooding your storage with photos. Yeah, even like 20 now. Okay.
Sean, take a picture of the screen too.
Oh. Maybe you can tell her.
I can screen on.
I always get my thumb.
And then so you sit.
Thank you so much.
Mm.
Can you come in the, Sean, there's room in the back, right here, behind our picture.
Well, sit in front, you can lie down.
I'm gonna take a lot, okay?
Okay.
You gotta take a lot, more blessings.
Watch the camera behind you though.
Yeah.
Fragile.
Are you in, Jennifer?
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. Thank you, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I have to say thank you. Oh, the Zoom people, can they still hear me? They can hear me? Okay, so thank you for joining. And whatever I said here, my focus wasn't much there, but you are all in the inner circle. So see you soon, everybody. So all the best to you. Thank you.